Hello YouTube, Logan here. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be doing another little comparison between these two crawlers with the C-14, the Wpl C-14 kit metal. It has wheel weights, 2-speed transmission, Res V3 electronics. Then we have the Axial SCX24 with the GoPro on top of it, which I will be using to film for like the hood cams of each one. It's all stock, has a LiPo. That's the only thing that's actually different about it. But without further ado, let's get this little video started. So the performance of these trucks is going to be minorly changed by this camera that's on the hood of the truck, as it's a lot harder for the steering to work right now, just because of how heavy it is on the front. But I will try and do this entire crawling course with it on here, and then I'll show you what it's like when the truck's GoPro is not on top of it. Right now I can't get much flex at all out of that front axle, but that's okay. This is the part that grips the axle. And right now, it's kind of getting stuck because of that GoPro is not letting it go over this. There you go. We got it. We got it. And this is the part where it wants to fly forward. And that's because of the GoPro in the front. Sorry about that. Oops, grits moved. There you go. Go. Trying to get flex out of this thing, which is not going to happen since that GoPro. Yeah, if you guys know a nice cheap oh my god. A nice cheap camera I could use that won't keep flipping over. Okay. Wow. This thing literally sucks with this camera on top of it. But now I'll put this camera on top of the C-14, which has stronger suspension, and it should be able to hold this up better, since the entire front suspension in the front of this SCX24 is completely collapsed. So I turned up the speaker on the C-14, so I didn't want to kill your guys' ears to how loud it is. But now I'm going to attempt the crawler course again, but with the C-14. And immediately, the 2-speed transmission is hung up severely. Oof. Jeez. Yeah, that got really caught up there. Now it's time for the rest of the course. The flex on this isn't as good as the SCX24, but it does look a lot better. With all the shocks and everything working really nicely. And I hope it doesn't flip over doing this, though. And here we go. There we go. Okay. So, by the way, I am in first gear right now. Sorry for how loud it is. Time for the tricky section that kept making the SCX flip over. Can this one do it? Oh yes, nicely done. So now it's the turn of the C-14 KM. funny is you don't have the turn signals on when you have the throttle engine, you know, with the engine sounds on. You can't hear the turn signals. I don't even think that works. But anyway, this is where it got hung up when the camera was on the truck. It goes up fine, but then it gets caught on the transmission down there, which I don't think you guys can see. But if you just put this over, this big transmission here, as big and bulky as it is, it ends up getting caught on there. So that's one of the major downsides if you're going to be buying a C-14. It also, the engine con turns off every now and then. Let me just... That's kind of cool, I guess. It got off the track a little bit. That's okay. It definitely needs a tighter steering angle, for sure. That's one thing that it could highly use. But other than that, it seems to be really good. It has strong metal axles. Awesome looking lights in the front that are a pain to wire because of how they are positioned in the truck. We have the drop, which also gets hung up in the transmission. But this one does it completely fine. Well, antennas smell good today. Let's do a 1,000,000-point turn here while I'm at it. Just up here. There we go. Obviously, when the tires are dirty, they don't have enough grip to catch onto these rocks. But if you get them in the right position, like they are right now, then they work really nicely. It's not really its fault that it's getting stuck here. The brick is too small. But that is the C-14, and now let's cut to the SCX24. So here's the SCX24. Sorry if you can't see too much of my little thingy. The GoPro sucks at seeing stuff in the dark. Even though it's not even that dark out. I mean, just look at that. And then you look at this, you're like, wow, it must be midnight. Anyway, now the SCX24 only really struggles in the drop and just kind of getting over these big rocks because of how small it is. This is a 1/16th scale truck. This is a 1/24th scale. So there's a bit of a scale difference. But with this, the axle just climbs right over this. It just barely has enough room under this thing to not bottom out. And it does amazing while it's crawling. This is definitely the best crawler, or mini crawler really, for the money at this scale. It's also a fully licensed Chevy C10 body. Beautiful. It has amazing looking wheels, as complements the body even more as it goes down the slope, and it's showing its beautiful drag brake, and we landed it. Begin to crawl up. Yeah. It's up on top of my stones to get across here. I'm sure only thing you guys can see right now is a bunch of beams of light shining out the front of this truck. But this kind of gives you an idea of where it's at right now. And I can't even see the tires right now because of how bright the lights are. That's probably blinding you, as it is for me. So I'll just scoot it over a little bit. There you go. Both trucks have LEDs. The SCX24's LEDs are obviously way brighter than the C-14's. The C-14's are a bit more realistic. And it gets across, somehow. Axial Parts and Service, definitely sponsored. Okay, so, which one of these trucks is better for the money? Obviously, this one has a 2-speed transmission, which is neat. As I'm going to show you. Press this button, and And we're away. And this truck comes at probably a nifty price of probably close to $70 for the kit metal. No, probably somewhere around $70 for the kit metal. But then this one has a bunch of upgrades. So like it has metal wheel weights. It has the Res V3 controller system, which is really nice. Got the little winch thing on the side. Well, on the other hand, this one has a super nice controller, with I keep saying which, with a buttload of different things you can do with this thing. Obviously, the battery wants to die. You do get a LiPo with this. It's ready to run, fully ready to run. With the C-14, you need to add a couple of different things. But for the money, I'm going with the SCX24. I feel like it's super good, but if you want more like a hard body scale looking RC car that's you're not fully like blowing people out of the park with, definitely the Wpl C-14. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Logan's RC Adventures video.